Hey guys, I'm Lee from Lee Likes Music, the place to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp. So we're going to talk about Car Bomb's newest album, which is called Meta. So that's coming up. So Car Bomb came together from two bands that shared the same rehearsal space in Roxwell Center in New York. These bands are called Neck and Spooge. I've never heard about them before. Maybe you have if you live in New York. The key members of the two bands, Greg Kubacki and Michael Dafferner, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce those names right. These guys played in hardcore metal bands, but they wanted to move into something a bit more progressive, and that's when they started Car Bomb. They released 3 records so far. They've existed since 2000, so that is actually not that prolific, but hey, I think every artist should take the time they personally need to release the album. Now, what is really interesting about Meta is that Joe Duplantier, the rhythm guitarist and vocalist of Gojira, actually co-produced this record. Car Bomb seemed to be a band that have links in the music industry. They have links to Gojira at least, and they also are friends with the guys in Dillinger Escape Plan, so they've supported both of these bands several times. It seems like they certainly know how to get out there, although they don't have the biggest audience now. Hopefully, maybe in the future, they will have a bigger audience. But anyways, let's get into Meta, which is their newest album. It is a mathcore album, and what that basically means is that they create metal music that's meticulously thought out. They're combining seances of melody, complex rhythms. You also have these alien guitar sounds in there. The progressive rhythms seems to be the flesh and blood of this type of music. So if you like similar bands like, for example, Dillinger Escape Plan or Animals as Leaders, then this might be a band that you will get into. I also want to say that Car Bomb, on this album, they create these confusing, chaotic layering of instruments. It's really hard to take in at first, but for some reason you stay interested when you listen to the album. There are like 100 different things going on at the same time, but you want to take in those things with 100% retention. You want to tame the beast of this album, sort of. The band has this incredible stop on a dime dynamic where you really never know what to expect from one second to another. It's extremely dynamic, and it's the same with some of Dillinger Escape Plan's music. They have this ability to just change things up with no transition at all. Track number 6 on this album is a great example of exactly that. They go from this very chaotic, violent, raging mathcore verse to this very soothing and relaxing part just in an instant. There's no transition between these parts. They just abandon that rule of transitioning. The album is extremely complex and heavy, but what you'll find here and there in almost all of the songs is that there are these sprinkles of melodies that are casually put here and there, and that is what makes the album memorable. That is what makes it a bit outstanding. The synchronized guitar, bass, and drum parts on this album can be a bit tedious because you find it in literally every single song, and I guess it's a bit impossible to avoid that because that is what's typical of the mathcore genre, this very deep, synchronized, hitting, throbbing sound. Tedious and repetitive for me at least, and if I was to like the album even more, I would suggest the band to just expand a little bit more on their melodic side because they're really good at crafting melodies that kind of surface on the songs in a very beautiful and organic way. Otherwise, I think they're doing a really great job at keeping the album very versatile. The dynamic panning effect on sets, the fragmented, just out of reach guitar solo on Nonagon, and the angular guitar riffs on Gratitude, all of these things help to put a novelty factor on the album that makes you want to listen to it over again. So yeah, this was actually a really positive experience for me. I wouldn't say that it is the most outstanding album because I've heard a lot of what I hear on this album before, but they're doing something very interesting specifically with the guitars and also the structure, the balance between the melody and the heavy, surging, doomy parts. So yeah, 7 out of 10. check out Car Bomb, their album Meta. I'm really looking forward to digging a little bit more into their discography later on. And yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like to share, explore, and learn about rock music from Bandcamp, then I highly suggest you click the red subscribe button below. Also, make sure you hit that bell icon beside the subscribe button, because in that way you'll always get notified when I upload new videos to this beautiful place right here. Yeah. See you later, guys. Stay tuned. Bye.